Yo, what is going on, you guys? And as you guys can see, we are going to be reviewing the Diamondback Atroz 1. Now, the first time we get to see this was us building it. Right here is the video, and we just pretty much only got to build it. It was raining that day pretty heavily. We ended up having to drain the water out down up at the track that we're going to be jumping at. And I really wanted to ride it that day, but now we can go ahead and ride it because we got to review this bike. We got to test out its durability and test out how good that suspension really is. And the only bikes that I have tried to compare this against to is a GT and a Trek. Those are the only good kind of bikes I did also ride besides the other Diamondback I had, but that one wasn't really that good. I traded in for that one. Two bikes, the GT and the Trek, were hardtails, but that other Diamondback was a full suspension, so we're gonna be basing it off a little bit with that back suspension there. But besides for that, we gotta go ahead and jump onto this bike. Okay, now we got the riding done, and I got some good side on this bike, and I also have a little bit of bad side on this bike. Now, we're going to start off with the bad bit. Now, it isn't really that much, it ain't that much to really deal with either. The one thing I do not like probably the most about this bike is how much my chain slips off. I haven't had the chain slip off a whole lot on those other bikes that I rode, but I was also kind of just starting out a little bit when I did ride them, and sometimes when I was already getting there and riding a bit. It might have been just because of the tension for the gears I'm in, that it just doesn't like it that it pops off, which I do kind of think that's probably actually the reason for it. That's mainly actually the only complaint I have about this bike. Besides for that, this bike is actually really good. I like a lot for that suspension wise. It really holds up pretty nicely. Now, I have actually clapped it once on the front. That was doing a little bit of a step down. I didn't tighten it up enough. I thought I did. Clearly I was wrong. But the suspension holds up extremely good. This back suspension just feels absolutely amazing. Now, I also haven't tried anything that's better than that back suspension. I know there is other stuff you can upgrade for it, but this is just a completely stock Atroz one, nothing added on to it. People do like to upgrade that because they want more ability with it. For me, and for what I am doing right now, it is just perfect. If you guys are doing something that's a little less than that, like not even that much of jumps, or a little smaller, then that suspension is just perfect for you. Even for the front, there's just no need to change that. Big jumps, like really big ones, maybe about like 10 feet up in the air, and then you got like a 15-foot gap within, like, with a huge return. Maybe upgrade, I don't really know, but overall I really don't think there is much to upgrade on here. Even the tires, they're super aggressive. I was riding up on super loose gravel or asphalt, something like that, and it was spinning out just to get down to the traction, and just dug straight up into it and went right up on the hill. There's no stopping me. It did dig a little bit, but I like that. Makes it kick out rocks at people that are behind me. I think it's pretty fun. Now, the one question that is needed to know for this bike for the review is this bike worth it? I personally think so. I think if you guys are really interested in getting a full suspension that's kind of cheap, it is a little expensive now, only because the bikes are really high in the market. You can't really get access to them. But this is overall probably like the cheapest good full suspension you could actually find. I think you guys should definitely get this bike if you guys are actually interested in a good full suspension. This bike to me feels really good. I'm really comfortable with it. It was a medium that I got, so it felt a little bit smaller. I believe my GT was a large, and it felt so much bigger, and it just felt a little bit more comfortable. I didn't feel so close together. I don't really like to ride on the smaller bikes like the BMXs. It just doesn't feel right to me. Medium does also work out pretty good. If I would have got a small, I don't really think I would have liked how compact I was. But I do give this bike an overall really good rating. I'd really enjoy this bike. And yeah, that's pretty much my review for this bike. I can't really say a whole lot more. And for the trail riding though, it does work out really nicely as well. It was mostly smooth. I probably should have turned down the suspension just a little bit more, but I just like it for where it's at. But yeah, that's my review for this bike. Thank you guys for watching all the way to the end. And yeah, that's basically all I had for you guys today. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one.